Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Banking Tutor Telugu. In this video, we're gonna discuss in detailed preparation strategy for March related to SBI Clerk mains. The time I'm doing this video, we only have 25 days left in the month of March, and the assumption for this video is considering the exam will be held during the first week of April. So let's get into the video without any delay. But before that, I would request everyone to share this with your friends and whoever you know is preparing for the exam. So I am also doing this video in English because this can help more students across the nation. So yeah, without any delay, let's get into the video now. So as I firstly said, we are considering one important point, that is exam will be conducted in first week of April. So based on this, I am giving a full preparation strategy for the month of March. Okay, so we have four different subjects, we all know. So starting off with reasoning, English, quants, and we have general awareness. The first three subjects, English, quants and reasoning, we already have done certain preparation for prelims, but general awareness is a subject which we are not dedicated much time during our prelims preparation. So many of the students will start their preparation only after the prelims exam. So for this, I am taking general awareness as the first consideration, and we'll talk about the strategy for general awareness first. So general awareness, we need to cover at least 6 months of data before the exam. So that is the primary goal. But given the shortage of time, I have break down important months into two parts. First is December, January and February. So these are the months from very recent past. So examiner might focus on these months more compared to the other ones. Again, it's up to the examiner. They can frame however they want the questions, but in general we'll observe the recent past months will have more importance. So for this reason, for December, January and February, we'll be approaching a weekly marathon strategy. So what we're going to do is we're going to complete every week strategy, every week marathon videos for GA for each of these 3 months, December, January and February. So that means you'll be having 4 weekly marathons for each month, and for the entire 3 months you'll be covering 12 weekly marathons. So where to cover these things? There are numerous YouTube channels and numerous faculties available in YouTube who will be doing a weekly compilation of every month. So you can follow one particular channel or a faculty and go through their weekly marathons for December, January, February. Now talking about the other set, that is October, November and March. So for these months, we'll be doing a monthly marathon. So once month of March is completed, you will be getting the monthly marathon. You will be covering that at the end. But first you will be covering October, November monthly marathon. So like this, you will be covering the 6 months syllabus in a fast track pace. So this will help you anywhere to gain at least 10 marks. Right? So what is the time you need to dedicate for this? So you can either dedicate 2 hours or you can either dedicate 4 hours. But the minimum amount of time you need to give is 2 hours. If you spend 2 hours every day, then you'll be taking 2 weeks of time to cover this entire syllabus in the first go. We are not talking about revision, we are talking about the first time covering of these months. If you spend 2 hours every day, you will take 2 weeks of time to cover these 6 months. But if you spend 4 hours, that you are doubling up, you'll be completing this in 1 week. Sorry, there's a mistake in this PPT. If you are taking 4 hours, you'll be covering the syllabus in 1 week. Please make that note. So based on your capability, based on your reading skill, based on your retention skill, you can opt for 2 hours or 4 hours to complete this general awareness for the 6 months. So that is the strategy for general awareness. Now talking about the other core subject, that is your English, reasoning and quants. In these 3 subjects, you already dedicated good amount of time during your prelims. Now mains, it's the same syllabus, but the quality and the difficulty of the question will be on the highest side, that is your mains. So for this, what you need to do is you need to take one sectional mock of each these subjects every day. One sectional for English, one sectional for reasoning, and one sectional for quants. So again, how you need to attempt, that is most important. English, you have 35 minutes of time. Now break that entire time into two halves, 50% and 50%. So English subject is mostly based on RCs in your mains. You will be getting close to 15 marks in English only through RCs. So dedicate that 35 minutes, 50%, that means around 17.5 minutes for RCs alone while attempting your mock. And the rest of the 17.5 minutes you can dedicate to other topics, which includes error detection, close test, fillers, parajumbles, all the other topics apart from RC. That is your strategy of mock attempting for English. So this is your beginning strategy. The day one you'll be doing this strategy. After writing 2, 3, 4 sectional mocks, then you'll understand, okay, I need to modify this thing. Like I need to dedicate only 40% for RCs, 60% for other topics. Or some people might think I need to dedicate 60% for RCs and 40% for other topics. Based on your strength, based on your capability, you can modify this allocation of time. Once you attempt more mocks, you'll understand this thing. So every person has a different capability, so adjust according to your own skills. So that is for English. Now talking about reasoning. Reasoning, you'll get 45 minutes, and we all know reasoning will be mostly dependent on puzzles. So here you will be breaking down 50% of time allocation for puzzles, 50% for other topics, which includes logs, your rest of the direction based, blood relation, other things which includes will take the 50% of time allocation. Again, same process. After you attempt a certain number of sectional mocks, you'll understand and you can change your allocation of time. Now moving to quants. Quants will be having 45 minutes, same as reasoning. But quant, the time allocation will be different from English and reasoning. The reason for that is quants majorly focuses on arithmetic when it comes to mains. So arithmetic is again two types, direct arithmetic and indirect arithmetic. What is direct arithmetic? The direct questions like boards and streams, ages, simple interest, compound interest, etc. What is indirect arithmetic? So you'll be getting DI. There will be 2, 3 or 4 DIs based upon the examiner. But in that 1 or 2 DIs, they'll focus on including arithmetic topics. They can frame a question based on boards and streams. They can frame a question on probability. And they can frame a DI with that topic. Similarly, data sufficiency, DS. Here also they'll use arithmetic topics to frame the questions. QC, quantity comparison, Q1, Q2 kind of questions. Here also they'll use arithmetic. Say for example, in Q1, Q2 kind of questions, the Q1 could be about simple interest and compound interest. Q2 could be about ages. So Q1 you got 100 as answer, Q2 you got 50 as answer. Now your answer will be Q1 greater than Q2. So here also they'll include arithmetic, right? So this also depends on arithmetic. That's why we are allocating more time. That is 70 to 80% of your time you are allocating to arithmetic based on your speed and skill. Rest to 20 to 30% you are dedicating that to the other topics, which includes higher variation of new number series or simplification or quadratic equations, whichever you call as speed maths. So again, when you go with the flow of mock attempting, you'll understand how you need to modify the time allocation, and you can do that rest of the variations going ahead. So this is your plan for the other 3 subjects. One sectional mock of each subject every day is a must in this strategy. Moving ahead. Now, if you observe your daily schedule, I focused on creating a plan of 8 hours every day. So here we have breakup of 2 things. One, you'll be doing general awareness for 2 hours, attempting your sectional mocks of each of the subjects, English, reasoning and quants, which will take 2 or 5 minutes. Let's assume 2 hours. So here you are giving 4 hours for GA and the sectional mocks. And you need to dedicate another 4 hours to practice your weak subjects. So you'll identify after writing your sectional mocks, okay, I'm little bit weak in RCs, or I'm weak in puzzles, or some other subject or topic in quants. So you will be dedicating that 4 hours to practice those weak subjects and try to grab 2 or 3 additional marks in your coming sectional attempts. So that is your plan 1. Plan 2, here you are giving GA 4 hours. 4 hours for GA, 2 hours for sectional. Now you are done with 6 hours. You will be having 2 hours to do practice of your weak subjects. You might think plan 2 is allowing you only 2 hours to practice. But if you remember my plan in GA, if you give 4 hours for GA, you will be covering the entire load of 6 months in 1 week. So if you cover that in 1 week, the other days you will be only dedicating time for revision, and that time which is left for you, you can use that to practice weak subjects. So over and all, if you see, both the strategies will work for you. It's purely upon your speed and retention capacity of GA. You can opt for plan 1 or plan 2. So this is the common schedule for every day. On top of this, we have one more additional thing which is very important, that is attempting full length mock. Unless and until you attempt full length mock, you will not understand how you are performing on the overall level and whether you are able to achieve the at least score which is the cutoff for last year. Say for example, if you are coming from a state X and the last year cutoff is 70, unless until you write a full length mock, you don't understand whether you are scoring 70 or above 70. So that's why we are kept for every third or fourth day based on your capability or availability. You need to attempt one full length mock for sure, along with the existing daily schedule. Or on the day you attempt the full length mock, you can skip attempting the sectional mocks. Anyways, you will be covering that in your full length mock. So keep in mind, attempting full length mock is very crucial in your success for getting the job as a SBI junior assistant. Next, so we have talked about the entire strategy and we talked that you will be attempting numerical and sectional mocks and all. So why this strategy will work for you? We'll just count the number of mocks you attempt. If you see, for 25 days, if you attempt one sectional mock of each subject, English, reasoning and maths, you will be attempting 75 sectional mocks, which is giving you enormous practice, enormous understanding of different variations of question framing. And as we spoke, you are doing full length mock every 3 or 4 days. That means you are ultimately giving anywhere between 6 to 8 full length mocks, which is very good practice of understanding the overall exam. Alongside, every day you are practicing GA. I would suggest, while covering your topic, say for example you have completed your December 1st week today, there will be multiple general awareness quizzes available in every platform. It could be any platform which you opt. They'll be giving numerous quizzes for general awareness. Attempt those quizzes. Do multiple quizzes. Target at least 30 to 40 quizzes. That will give very good grip on these topics, and you will be easily able to identify your answer by doing option elimination. Now looking at these numbers, 75 sectional mocks and 6 to 8 full length mocks and multiple GA quizzes, this will give you immense confidence before going to a mock mains examination on the real day, right? This will give you more and more confidence in cracking the exam and getting your dream job. So I request everyone who are following or want to follow this strategy, aim for these numbers: 75 sectional mocks, 6 to 8 full length mocks, multiple GA quizzes. 75 sectional is again 25 English, 25 reasoning and 25 quants. Now we are done with March. What to do in April? We are not sure when the date is for the exam. I'm not sure. I think the exam date is not given yet. I'm taking that assumption. So say for example April 5th to 10th is the timeline when they're going to conduct exam. What to do in those 5 to 7 days you get in April? You'll be only focusing on general awareness. You're not touching any of the English, quants and reasoning. Only go for GA revision. Alongside, based on the time gap you have in April, if there are 7, 8, 9 days, give 2 full length mocks. If there are only 5 days, give 1 full length mock. That's enough. Only GA revision and 1 or 2 full length mocks in April will do for you in the month of April. Okay friends, so this is the full preparation strategy for the month of March. If you are targeting for SBI Clerk, Please do follow this strategy and spend more time in attempting mocks. You will definitely crack the exam. Please share this video with your friends and other students who are preparing for SBI mains. This will definitely help them as well. Also, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, Banking Tutor Telugu. We'll meet in another video. Thank you for watching this, friends. All the best.